Hi, I'm Yinka, and this is The Hurt Locker, a podcast where we open a door into men's mental health. Come and go.
I don't like talking about how I'm feeling or my emotions, so I'd kind of just shield it. I had my mum, my grandma, kind of just like steering me on the right path, and then chuck this curveball in. I want to tell jokes for a living. First time I did a run through of that show, I broke down in tears on stage.
The body keeps the score.
That hit me, man. It's like, oh, bro, don't say that now. I'm gonna cry. Yeah.
You're listening to the latest episode of The Hurt Locker, the podcast that opens a door on men's mental health. And tonight's guest, we have Nathan Caton. Nathan, welcome.
How's it going, man? You all right?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. It's chilling. Another day. Working, paying bills. You know, the usual stuff.
So what do you mean, the usual stuff, paying bills? What's work?
Work is being a professional clown or stand-up comedy, as most people would call it. Professional clown is probably what my family would call it. It's not a real job. Yeah. Telling jokes, gigging up and down the country, going to comedy clubs, doing tour shows, that whole thing. That's my bread and butter. And then there's like the TV, radio tours that come off of the everyday stand-up.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this for?
Oh man, I've been doing stand-up, gosh, nearly 20 years now, which is actually
You don't look old enough. You don't look old enough.
That's why it's quite scary. It's quite depressing that already I'm a veteran. I'm not even 40 yet. But yeah, nearly 20 years, man. Jeez.
And what got you into it? What led you into it?
I'd always liked the aspect of making people laugh in comedy, because I grew up watching a lot of like Lenny Henry, old school Eddie Murphy, even though I probably shouldn't have been watching Eddie Murphy at that age, but I was.
Hilarious, raw, etc.
Yeah. Because I remember like so my mum, my aunts, my grandma, they used to send me and my cousins like go outside and play, go in the passage and play. And we'll be playing, and then we'll just hear from the living room, like, what? Why are they laughing? What are they cackling for? And then I found out it was Eddie Murphy's Delirious. I remember it was an old VHS tape. I remember seeing Eddie Murphy, and I think, oh, this guy. I've seen him in like, I don't know, Beverly Hills or something like that. Like he's a stand-up comedian. And then I managed to watch it way before I was 18. And it's just my mind was like, whoa, this is amazing. And also because it was a young black guy, so seeing someone who looked like me doing this stuff, it's like, okay, cool. And his stories, the things he was talking about, it was relatable to my family stuff, going up for like the strong, disciplined mother. I was like, yeah, that's me and my mum, me and my grandma. Yeah, I get it. And so comedy had always been there. As I was growing up, did like drama in high school, college, and I'd always played or taught us the idea of doing comedy or acting as like a hobby. Okay. But it was only a hobby because to my family, comedy's not a job. You go, you get a proper job, 9 to 5, whatever. So I studied architecture at university, but then I started comedy while I was doing architecture. And then by the time I finished my degree, my comedy career kind of was starting to bubble up. So I was like, okay, well, I was 19 when I started, finished university 21. I was like, let's just see where it goes. And all these years later, I'm still blagging it.
You're still making a living out of it. And what's your mum's response been to it all?
When I first told her I was going to do comedy full time after university, I remember we were having dinner at a restaurant. It was me, my mum, my brother. And I said, Mum, I'm going to do comedy. And she didn't say, okay, or congratulations, or well done, good luck. She just said, how are you going to pay the rent? Like it was her way of saying, listen, you're not funny enough to get money from this. So how are you going to pay the rent? And yeah, like my mum, my grandma, they were shocked because I'd been to university, studied architecture. The expected thing was I was going to be an architect. Yeah, and it's chuck this curveball in. I want to tell jokes for a living. They just didn't get it, you know. So now they weren't supportive. They just didn't understand it. It was totally alien to their generation. So they didn't get it. And then it took a good few years for them to see that I was doing bits and pieces. I think probably first time I did Love of the Apollo, my mum came. She was in the audience, and she was like, "Oh, okay, okay, you're all right. You're not out there
Do you know if she
running
laughed?
amok." Yeah, yeah. I'm not running amok. I'm not embarrassing the family. I'm doing bits and pieces, so she's cool.
Okay. I'm just thinking about you sitting at the restaurant table. How did your brother respond? Did he just did he duck?
Nah, you know what? My brother, because he's 10 years younger, so there's a bit of an age gap. So
Okay.
I don't think he really, to
It
him,
registered.
no, it wasn't a big deal. It was like, all right, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah. And again, it wasn't until I think maybe Love of the Apollo when he realized what I was doing, because like my brother's proper laid back, like proper like so laid back. He's put like
Reclining, yes.
Yeah. So for years, even though he knew that I did comedy, he didn't really say anything. He was like, yeah, my brother's a comedian. Yeah, cool. That's it. Whatever. And then the Love of the Apollo. So he came with my mum. It was my mum, my brother, my girlfriend at the time, now my wife. And afterwards, he was like, "Yo, bruv, that was good, man." And that, to me, that was like the biggest like praise ever. You know, like better than my agent or any stranger. No offense to them, but to have my brother, who's normally proper laid back, who doesn't give a shit, and he was like, "Yo, that was fun. You were funny, man." I was like,
yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Validation, indeed.
That hit me, man. I was like, "Oh, bro, don't say that now. I'm gonna cry." Yeah.
Tell me about growing up. It sounds like you've had strong maternal figures in your life.
Yeah, very much so. And don't sound like a stereotype, but yeah, like my dad wasn't around. He was around, but he wasn't in the house. My mum and dad split up. I don't know, when I was maybe 15 minutes old, something like that. Yeah, they were just, well, my dad was very young. He's 21, 22 maybe. So yeah, mum and dad didn't work out. So I grew up, and for the first 5 years, we lived at my grandma's house. Me, mum, grandma, aunts, and then my cousin when she was born. She's a few years younger than me. But yeah, my mum and my grandma, they were the role models, the ones who raised me, who brought me up. Very strong. They had to be, because it was either not kill or be killed, but it's a dog eat dog world. You have to do what you have to do, to make ends meet, to provide for your family. So my mum worked 3 jobs. Right. Yeah, when we moved out, got our own place.
Where did you grow up? Where were you raised?
Greenford, West London / Middlesex, depending on if you're an estate agent or not. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, grew up in Greenford, West London. It's a little suburb, right? Yeah, it wasn't massively rough or anything. There was like few estates where you knew things happen and stuff, but I mean, I wasn't in that environment because I had my mum, my grandma, kind of just like steering me on the right path and like instilled that fear in me. Where like, I'm not going to do anything to piss off my mum or grandma,
Yeah.
So I stayed on the straight and narrow. I was a little good boy. I was a goody two shoes growing up, because if I weren't, I knew that my mum or grandma would like slap the black off me. So I kind of kept it, I was a good boy. So I said, yeah, lived with my grandma first 4 or 5 years of my life. Then we got a flat where it was just me and my mum for a little while, and then she met her other partner, who is my brother's dad.
Okay.
But then they went through, well, it was a messy breakup. Yeah, probably one of the things that made me be a comedian, actually, because it was such a messy breakup, and I was like, I would have been 11, 12. And I remember seeing my mum because she was like, yeah, she went through it, and I would use laughter to try and cheer her up throughout all that shit that was going on.
Okay.
Which is kind of, well, it's definitely leaning me towards comedy, but also I think probably still scars me in probably now as an adult, in that like for a long time, only in the last few years, like being my wife, where I wouldn't really show my emotional side. Does that make sense?
Okay. Can I stop you now? Because before we started recording, one of the things which our producer Tim gave you the spiel and introduction and what we do here and that. And it was interesting you saying your response was about in terms of your experiences about mental health. Was kind of, you played it down.
Okay.
But it's interesting listening to you now and then reflecting back.
Yeah.
Those life experiences resonated with you, and you saying now about connecting with the emotional side of yourself.
Yes, it's something that I I still struggle sometimes. I struggled a lot with it up until the last few years, where like I don't know I don't know why I did it, but it's why I do it. But it's like I don't like talking about how I'm feeling or my emotions, so I'd kind of just shield it and use
Okay.
comedy.
Okay. Do you think we, as black men, particularly in this country, we have to meet a stereotype of being strong, broody, silent, etc.? Don't show any weakness. Don't show a vulnerable side.
But see, the weird thing is, right, I don't think showing your emotion is a weakness. If
No,
anything,
I'm
it's
not now.
yeah.
I'm asking prior to that, growing
Oh,
up, etc.
yeah. I think maybe back when 20 years ago or so, or 30 years ago, like when I was growing up, it was different. You know, it was like, hey, man up, man up. You don't cry. Boys don't cry. Okay, you shrug it off. You get on with it. That was kind of like it felt like the expected behavior for black men. You know what I mean? It's like
But what was going on for you internally, though?
during like my mum's breakup and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. It was just to see my mum going through that and knowing that I was 11, 12. So I can't. There's nothing that I can really do because I'm a child. My mum's got to be looking after me when I want to look after her. So that's how I'm feeling. It's like I'm hurt because my mum's hurt, but I'm angry because I feel like I'm powerless to what I like. There's nothing that I can really do. The only thing I could do, which I tried to do, was make her laugh, cheer her up, just like keep her morale up. And because if she was happy, then I'd be happy. So that was my thing. But yeah, it's awful. Like I'm not trying to see, like not to go
Go
bleak
on.
or anything,
Go on.
but just
Speak freely. Honestly, this is uncensored. Speak freely.
okay. But to see the pain that my mom was in going through that breakup, no kid should see that. 11, 12 years old, no kid should. Obviously, it happens, but really, kids should not be experiencing that kind of thing. And I feel like that also, not only did it scar me in terms of being scared of like showing my emotions or talking about how I'm feeling, but also in terms of relationships as well. It put like a fear of God into me.
In
Was
what
like
sense?
the fear of commitment, because I've grown up seeing relationships break up. My mum, my dad, my mum, my dad's, my brother's partner, aunts. So like maybe subconsciously, I was like, okay, relationships don't work out. They
We
never
don't
work out.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for a long time, I was scared of commitment. My wife is a very patient woman. It took a long time for me to like kind of like get those walls down and be like, okay, I'm ready. Like a lot of women would have been like, allow you. Okay, listen, there's black people's time, and then this is taking the piss. But my wife kind of just like, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, and she kind of stuck it out, and it took a long while. But I think it all stems from my childhood and seeing, especially that period of my childhood, my mum and the breakup and stuff. Like I did a show about it, actually.
Go on. How was that received? How was that for you?
For me, oh man, I remember the first time I did that show. I did a preview of it because I took it up to Edinburgh back. It would have been I want to say 2013, 2014. And I did a preview, a warm up before. Basically, if you don't know, listeners, so the Edinburgh Festival, you have comedians going up doing a show for a whole hour
Yes.
for the whole month. But before the month of August, they spend June and July just doing the show, previewing it, working, warming up, getting it into shape. First time I did a run through of that show, I broke down in tears on stage.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and it scared me because I didn't know I felt that passionately about it. It wasn't until I was in the moment saying it, and it just came out. For a good 5-10 minutes, audience was sitting there like, whoa, whoa. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I was trying to get through the material, but I couldn't because, just the emotions came out. And I remember afterwards, a woman's like, I just want to give you a big hug. I was like, shit. I got back into the car after. I was like, shit. I did not know I felt that passionately. I didn't know it hit me that hard. Because I don't really delve into my emotions. Yeah, exactly. I kept it all caged up. And I opened the lid and it went boom, and it came out on stage in front of everyone.
What did that experience tell you? What did it teach you?
It taught me that I'm scarred by this, even though I either didn't bother to recognize it or didn't care to, but it's scar. It's a scar. You know, like we are all products of our experiences.
Absolutely. And the body keeps the score.
Exactly. And I was being ignorant and pretending that scoreboard wasn't there. It was there. Yeah, man. I did kind of feel better after though, because I felt like, okay, like, I kind of got something off my chest here. Like, you know what I mean? And doing the show in Edinburgh as well, like I kind of came to terms with this is who I am, and this is the reason why I am who I am now, because of this. And it was cool to just talk about it, right? So the show, it was about my mum getting married to her now husband, my stepdad. And I remember, so for my mum's wedding, she asked her brother, her older brother, to give her away. And that really hurt me. Like, not hurt me, but it annoyed me because I want to be the one to give my mum away. Because my granddad, my mum's dad, he passed away. My grandmother, she didn't want to do it. So I just thought, okay, well, she's going to ask her sons, me and my brother. But she didn't. And it really just... No, I wouldn't say I was pissed off at my mum, but I was like, why would you not ask Mum? Ask me.
Did you ever ask her?
No.
Why not?
Because it's my mum, and it's like, well, I'm too respectful. Yeah, exactly. My mum's made a decision. I'm not gonna. Who am I to question my mum? But inside, that's what I'm thinking. But on the outside, I can't say that to my mum. Right? No matter how big, how old I am.
I know.
You know what I mean? I'm a mummy's boy, so it's like, listen, I will do anything to just, it's just not disrespect her, right? But internally, I didn't understand it. I was like, Mum, you have to I'm gonna be the one who's who walks you down the aisle, because like I'm the one who's always there for my mum. Whenever she needs someone to talk to, whenever she needs someone to help her out around the house, like she comes to me because I'm the eldest son. Why would you not choose me? And basically, the reason why I was so determined is because it all stemmed back to that breakup from when I was 11, 12. So from that point, I wasn't given the role, but I just kind of assumed the role of protector.
Yes.
Because from that point, it was me, my mum, my brother.
Yes.
So I was like the man of the house. So it was my job to look after my brother, to look after my mum, make sure everyone's okay. Like my mum was working 3 jobs. So I spent most of my free time as a teenager babysitting my brother. So I was like his big brother / young dad.
Yes.
And so I'm getting emotional. I'm thinking about it. Me giving my mum away was like me saying, okay, mum, I've got you. And yeah, so it probably got to me that I didn't get to give her away. And that's what the show was about. It was just tapping into all of that emotion, all of that feeling that I had, which all stemmed from, I said, my childhood.
I'm assuming that as a process, that as a show, etc., was quite cathartic for you. Understanding who you are as a young black man in the UK.
It was
and what your journey's been.
It was hard. Because as I said, I don't really do emotion.
Okay.
It's just I don't know why, but for me it's just I put a mask up, put a shield up of comedy up, and just hide everything behind the jokes. So it was hard at first, but then I kind of used the jokes to get me through it, to navigate. Because like I can talk to a stranger about how I'm feeling and tell it via jokes, and I'm fine. But actually just sit down with someone and just like you and say, this is how I'm feeling, blah 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 blah. I'm struggling with this. That's difficult.
So that was a point I was going to raise. So because of that, because of what you did as the prequel to The Fringe, did you ever consider therapy?
No, because again, going back to what you said, like about black men, having that image to portray, but you got to be tough. Therapy it just wasn't a thing. I didn't come to consideration. It was just like I just talked it out on stage. I've got it off my chest. Done. Move on. Maybe therapy would have been the best thing for me, but I said it's just I don't know. It just because I haven't grown up with that whole thing of talk about your feelings. Blah 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 blah. Therapy just didn't even come into my psyche.
Okay, but it's interesting as well because there's been a number of elements you've mentioned through your discussions in the past 20 odd minutes, and your now wife must have seen something to say, Nathan, he's a keeper.
Oh, it was the good sex.
The good well, yeah.
Nah. I don't know what my wife saw or sees. I like to think I'm a good husband, I'm a good partner.
Okay, so if there was a commitment phobe element of you, what was it that convinced you that, yeah, I'm going to take the plunge? This is the woman for me.
Oh, combination of things, really. I mean, so it got to a point where my wife and I kind of had a little break years and years ago. And it was only for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And it was awful. You know what I mean? Like it's like that saying you don't realize what you've got until it's gone. But for me, it was like you don't realize what you got until it's almost gone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've just been. I got too caught up in my own head and overthinking everything.
In what sense?
And And I was like, okay, well, is it going to work out between us? Like with different cultures as well. So like, okay, well, like what if there's like a culture clash, even though
If you don't mind me,
stupidly.
if you don't mind sharing, what's the culture difference?
So my wife is Indian,
Okay,
from the
okay,
Caribbean, right? But I mean, looking back on it now, it's stupid because being in my wife, being around her family, and then my wife with my family, there are so many overlaps and similarities, like in terms of food, the love of music, the family orientation, like yeah. But it was because I was so scared of commitment. It was like I was looking for things to find why it wouldn't work, as opposed to just sitting back, realizing what I've got and embracing it. And when we had our little break, that little 2-week break or something, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like I'm putting myself through more misery. I'm making things harder for myself. Just shut up, chill out, enjoy that I have a great woman who wants to be with me. Chill out, relax, and enjoy it and embrace it. And I actually spoke to someone. Actually, I spoke to the youth worker from the church that I grew up in. She's known me since I was 14, 15. And I was telling about, I spoke to someone actually about how I was feeling, about everything that was going on. And she was like, you're young, just enjoy being in a relationship, enjoy being in love. Yeah, just enjoy it. And like, because she's from a church, she was saying, God has put her in your life for a reason. He's put you two together. So just relax, just enjoy it. What will be will be. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I did that. We got back together and stuff. And yes, it's been like my life is better with her than without her. Like I couldn't imagine her not being in my life. You know what I mean? Because then they'd be like, well, what do I do? I mean, like I feel like kind of lost.
yeah,
And then and then with the lockdown, for example, like there was a lot of our friends who they broke up because lockdown kind of just broke them. That the intensity of being around each other all the time. Where for me and my wife, kind of felt like it went the other way. Because I was doing this job, doing comedy, I'm not around a lot. And we have opposite working lives. During the day, I'd be at home, she'd be at work. She comes home, I go to work. So we're like passing ships in the night. We don't really see each other. Lockdown, we got a chance to see each other, spend more time together, do things that we never really done, or like, that we always spoke about doing, like cooking new cuisines together, just like having like afternoon drinks. And I was like, this is nice. Like, I mean, I love being in your company. You know what I mean?
Newsflash.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh shit, man. Like, it's like, it's okay. So if we can survive this lockdown together, surely we can survive anything,
Life.
most things. You know what I mean? So you're the one for me. And so I spent lockdown. Well, when I wasn't chilling with my wife, I was actually in this very room. My wife was outside in the living room, wherever. She thought I was doing work. I was actually designing the engagement ring with the jewelry designer. And so after lockdown, when things open up again, yeah, I proposed. I'll just be my wife. Lockdown was the convincing thing. I'd already been like thinking about it, but lockdown kind of just like nailed in the coffin. Yeah, this girl's the one for me. And yeah, I got over that whole commitment hump. And yeah, I like to think now that I'm over it. I'm in a much better place.
I'm just mulling over now, I'm
Yeah,
just
cool,
mulling
man.
over. Just going back previously,
Mm.
you mentioned your dad being in your life for maybe 15 minutes. Do you have any relationship with him?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When I say 15 minutes, him and my mum were
No.
together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But no, I did see. I had a relationship with my dad afterwards. It wasn't like I come home and hey, dad's here. Nothing. No, it was just I don't know, weekends, and there. We did some holidays, like went going to Toronto with my dad and stuff. So he was around. It just wasn't in the same way that I probably wished. The whole happy family stuff. But I guess, that's life, innit?
Do you have opportunities to talk to him?
Very, very well, as in about that whole situation.
No, just about life in general. What type of relationship
Oh,
would you say you have with him?
we chit chat. We talk. Since my wedding, we haven't really, we haven't hung out really. Just life and been busy and stuff. So we'll chat on the phone. You know what I mean? The old message. How's it going, Dad? You cool? Everything good? Chat about football, things like that. But it's not. We don't go really deep. I think the deepest maybe we got was just before my wedding. And when he was saying, are you ready for this? Marriage is a big thing, etc. And he kind of mentioned briefly that the reason why him and my mum broke up is because he was just too young, and it just he wasn't a responsible adult yet. But that's about as deep as it got. We don't really.
You don't do
get.
deep, do you?
Nah.
I've got a feeling that there's a conversation that you'd like to have with them. There's many a conversation that you'd like to have with them, but maybe there's a fear there on both sides about how to broach those conversations.
Probably. Yeah, probably is. Probably. Maybe it's a case of like because I'm closer to my mum, so I feel like I can just chat with my mum like that. With my dad, there isn't. I'm not as. I'm close, but not as close. So it's like I don't know. It's a tricky one to navigate, man.
In what sense?
It's like, well, how do you bring up? How do you talk about these things? Are there certain things I can and can't say? Are there subjects that I know might be triggering?
For you or for him?
Both.
For both?
Yeah.
But how do you know if you don't talk?
But then also a part of me is like, well, can I be bothered?
Or,
Like,
oh no, that's fair. That's fair. Can you be bothered?
yeah.
Can you be bothered?
I don't know, man.
Because this is what I'm thinking, Nathan. I'm thinking after this recording, there's going to be one or two green shoots of thoughts that are going to pop up, and I wonder ifs will come out of this.
Probably, but then like with my dad, it's like, am I gonna find out things that I don't want to know? Or
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't. Maybe I'm just too laid back and too passive. I'm like, whatever, man. It's cool. I'm fine. But I don't know. It may give me I don't know, like some closure.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Closure.
Yeah, as in like to why things have happened that in the way that they did, etc., etc. Why my mum and dad didn't work out, because like my wife and I we're talking about starting a family and stuff.
I was
And
going to ask you about that. Go on.
well, and this is no disrespect to my dad whatsoever. Okay, I respect him as a father and a man, but the childhood I had is definitely not what I would like to give my children. Like I want to,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
absolutely. So in what way is it going to be different?
Well, I want. It sounds very cheesy and corny, but I want my children to grow up in a happy home where mum and dad are happy together. I want to be kissing my wife in front of my kids, and kids going, "Oh, mum and dad, what are you doing?" Like, hey, you got parents who are in love. Shut up. You know what I mean? I want that kind of life for my kids. And I don't know. I never had it. That's just I don't know. it's like if I had that, I wonder how I would have turned out now.
100%, 100%. And I think that's kind of what I'm alluding to as well. Those missed experiences, because parents can tell us that they love us, and then they can tell us that they love us. And often it's not just through words, but it's also through deeds.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yes. I'm very much a actions speak louder than words kind of person. Whereas, like my wife, for example, she loves, like tell me that you love me. It's like I've cooked dinner for you, I bought you flowers, I've washed the dishes, I've done the laundry. That's love. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're very different in that sense, but we've kind of worked out that okay, that's your love, that's your love language. This is my love language. But yeah, in regards to my parents and my childhood and stuff, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I had a miserable childhood. I had fun, but there was also a lot of shit, which I don't know. I've really, you know what? This has been good because I haven't really spoken about this apart from doing
We know this.
apart from doing that comedy show. Yeah, it was. This is like one of the few times I've been like, yeah. So I've been through shit, but I don't really talk about it because I'm a nice guy comedian. Nathan,
you know what? It's interesting. It's interesting for me as an observer because Tim just put up them. We all have a mental health, as it were. But there's certain mannerisms when you're talking about yourself and your experiences, you'll look down. It's like you'll be reflective about certain bits and pieces.
Oh, is it? Is that what I do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a lot to reflect upon and think about, man. Yeah. It's definitely probably the part of my life that's kind of molded me or scarred me the most, I guess. And still has an effect on me now. So okay. Because I'm so used to just blocking out emotions, I'm not used to like just acknowledging this.
Okay.
But now that I'm acknowledging, I'm like, yeah, shit, this is stuff that like I should talk about and like just,
Yeah, maybe just explore. Even if you don't wish to do therapy in that, maybe do you journal? Do you keep a little journal of thoughts and feelings and emotions?
No. I said before, like my journal, my feelings is going on stage and just telling jokes. That's kind of my outlet to how I'm feeling, turn into some material.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just sit down and say, okay, I'm feeling this, or I'm doing that. Like I do with my wife sometimes. Like my mom, yeah, I can talk about my feelings, but I don't know. That's so many.
You know what I'm loving? The uncomfortableness about it all. Because it's like you're walking slowly through a forest, unknown, unaware of, is there any traps here? Will I be a little bit afraid? And for me, it's not a case of, it can feel a little bit scary because it's unfamiliar.
Oh, definitely.
When we explore our emotions, it can feel really, whoa, what's going on here? If I say the word vulnerability, what comes up for you?
In this sense, it is just laying your emotions bare and just not caring about how others may see or like think about how you are at that kind of time. Just like, this is me. Just boom, take it. Flaws and all. The good stuff, the bad stuff, but this is me. Yeah, I'm exposing myself, like not, but I mean, like
No,
emotionally.
don't worry. I'm not going to call the cops.
But yeah, that's that to me has just been vulnerable. Just been able to like just be your true self,
Yeah.
positive and negative.
And I think there's power in that.
Oh, no, there's definitely power in it. I just can't. I've struggled to always show everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll show the funny, the humor. Yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool, everything's good. But then, like, I don't know. It's not that. I don't even know what it is. It's very hard to explain because I don't care what people think. I'm not that kind of person. I'm like, whatever. If you think what you think of me, cool. I know what I am. I know what I'm doing. Blah 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 blah. But it's just I don't, it's been tapping into emotions like that. It's just never really been my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I should do it. I know I should do it.
Tell me why you know you should do it. What's happening for you now as we're doing this podcast? Because it feels like you're picking up on something for you.
I feel like I'm just kind of getting things off my chest that maybe I haven't really said before, or there's a sense of just like, you know,
Yes. Yes.
it's like I don't have to bottle it up or cage it up, and then it's just like it's just realizing how much of these experiences have affected me and still do to this day. So talk about it. Don't bottle it up and cage it up and stuff. Like, for example, when I was telling you about doing the show and I was like
Yeah.
crying on stage
Yes.
and like thinking about my childhood and how my mum had to work 3 jobs, you know, struggling, that kind of stuff, right? Like, I'm getting emotional now thinking about it, right? Because I feel like it's still inside, it's still there.
The body keeps the score. I'll reiterate that again.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's like it needs to just be let go. Like I'm
Yeah.
not.
You need to purge it. It needs to be purged.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want to be able to talk about it without getting emotional, but I can't because I haven't really. I haven't just released it, or
Yeah. Spot on.
I haven't got
Spot
over
on.
it. And that's what I'm realizing. That talk having this conversation with you, it's like before we did recording, I was saying I haven't really had mental health issues in the past, but it's making me realize that, you know what, maybe I have, but because I just haven't been that emotional kind of person, I haven't acknowledged it. I've just disregarded it, but I have.
Could there be a perspective, an argument, a point of view that when you became at 11, 12, the man of the house, that you knew that your role was to be the joker, to make your mum happy? Because if she's happy, then everybody else in the house will be happy. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you bore witness to the pain, the hardship that not only she experienced, but what you experienced, what your brother experienced too, as well.
Yeah, well, definitely in terms of being a joker, yes, that was something that I was like, okay, I need to do this. I need to do something to kind of cheer my mom up. But we both experienced,
Yeah,
but we just to this day we haven't really spoke about it.
that was good. Isn't that interesting? You've never spoke about it.
I don't know. I feel almost scared to talk about it with my mom.
Can I ask why?
Because it was such an awful experience. It's like I don't want to take my mum back there.
Okay, you don't wish to, for want of a better phrase, re-traumatize her and yourself?
Myself less so. I'm thinking about my mum. Like, why? My mum's in a much better place now. Like,
Yeah.
why? No, I don't want to open that can of worms again.
Okay.
But again, that's my character where I'm like, all right, cool, no, don't worry about it, fine, whatever, and just brush it off and move on.
What if the shoe was in the other foot? What if your mum wanted to come to you and talk about it?
Then I would be cool with that. If it's my mum because she wants to talk about it, all right, fine. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. But I wouldn't want to bring it to my mum.
There's an utmost respect there, isn't there, for your mum, for what she's done for you, the struggles that she's endured. And I feel that I felt that all the way through the conversation we've had today.
Yeah,
You know, she's been staunch, she's been solid for the family.
Yeah, my mum, my grandma, yeah, like two absolute rocks, who I've got so much love and respect and admiration for. Like, yes, I said it on my wedding day, on my speech. If I was to meet a woman who is half as caring and considerate as my mum, my grandma, I'll be a lucky man. I like to think I am a lucky guy because my wife is amazing. But yeah, if my mum were to talk about it, I would talk about it. I have respect for her because she wants to, I would hear her out and talk. But I would feel too uncomfortable and too nervous to just talk it out with my mum.
That nervousness, is that the 11, 12-year-old nervousness of Nathan, or is that the 40-year-old nervousness?
Good question. Yeah. I feel it is the fear of being taken back to that 11, 12-year-old boy. But shit. Yeah. Yeah, feeling as scared and awful as I was then, to go back to that, it's no, I don't want to.
You said.
Don't want to go back to that moment.
No, you said, and you know what? Thank you for being brave and
Cool.
sharing that with us. I kind of know what the answer you're going to give me now, but who's the most important person in your life? You can only pick one person.
Oh man, damn, that's hard.
Yes, you can only pick one person.
Oh, whichever answer I give, I'm going to be in trouble. Because if it's my mum, my wife's going to be like, "What about me?" If it's my wife, my mum's going to be like, "What about me?" And then my grandma, and my brother, they're going to be like, "Hello." I honestly, it's very
one person.
Can I just like sacrifice myself and be like, okay, I'm out?
No, you can't. There are no sacrifices. Yes.
Okay, when you say important person in terms of
I've just given you the question. Give me the answer.
Who's the most important person in my life?
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna go against everything that we've just spoke about, but because I'm living in a house with her, I'm gonna have to say my wife.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The most important person in your life is you.
Oh, snap.
You're the expert of you. You know what makes yourself happy. You know what makes yourself sad. And only by attending to your needs first and foremost can you be fully there for the people that you love and care for.
Okay.
And imagine this. Imagine if you took care of business for you.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more enriched, textured, and layered that love and care would be for those people who are important in your life.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
That's a brilliant answer. I should have thought about that. Damn. I'm glad I didn't figure that myself.
How does it feel not picking yourself?
If I'm honest, I would say the usual.
Which is?
Like to put someone else first. Like,
okay.
Yeah, because I'm very protective of the people that I love around me. So my mum, grandma, brother, wife. Like, I'm very, I will do anything to keep them safe and for their happiness.
Yeah.
So put someone else, put one of them ahead of me. That's usual. That's standard.
Okay. But what if I would say to you, we're all on a plane and they tell you to put your own mask on first before you can help anybody else? What then? Is it being selfish?
No, but I mean, if push comes to shove, you know what I mean?
Okay, push comes to shove.
Like, babe, come on, it's right there. Put it down. But okay. In that sense, yes, I would put my own mask on first, but
it feels uncomfortable for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I'm naturally I'm a family-oriented person, and I'm very attached to the people that I love and stuff, right? I think it was my wife said, she notices the people who I kind of joke with and take the piss out of the most are the people that I love the dearest. Yes. So me and my mum, we have banter all the time. Me and my brother, I'm always taking the piss out of him. Me and my grandma, I'm always teasing her. Me and my wife, I rip her to shreds. But it's all love. But it's my form of what you call it, affection.
Yeah.
Is to just have a laugh and take the piss. And again, that stems from my childhood growing up, because that was my go-to, tell jokes. See, now that I talk about it, it's all the dots are connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where are we going to see you in, say, 5 years' time? Where would you like to be?
Okay, so I would be maybe mid-40s and early 40s. Okay, so I would like to be in a nice house with a garden. Maybe a kid or two. I will be in the garden playing football or shooting basketball or barbecuing for no reason other than I've got a garden and I can barbecue.
Right.
Yeah, having that kind of was it 2.4 happy life family. Yeah, that's what I'll be, I think.
I'm gonna ask you, football wise, which team do you support?
I'm a Brentford fan.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense when Tim said Ivan Toney pens.
Mate, the best penalty taker I've ever seen in my life.
Good. He's very good. How will you feel when it comes to Liverpool?
I mean, well, listen, you and Arsenal. If you want
to forget Arsenal. Come on, really?
All right. Well,
really?
Whoever buys him, you got to show us the moolah, man. He's not cheap.
80.
80 mil. 80 mil.
70 to 80.
80 mil would get him.
It'd be a legend in Liverpool.
I mean, if he scores the goals that he scored for Brentford, then definitely. He can't do any worse at the moment, because that you guys are kind of just like, can't score for. He's wasting chances left, right, and centre.
I know, we're playing. Yes. If you could have given advice to your 12, 13-year-old self, what would it have been?
Probably, I'd probably say, let it out. it's okay to not be okay. It's something that, didn't occur to me. Even now, sometimes I'm like, no, just keep them down there. Come on, man up, boy, man up. But I'll say, it's okay. You don't have to do this. You're 11 to 12. It's okay to to be a scared child, because I was a scared child. Be a scared child. It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Because you guys, I didn't know what I was going to talk about doing a podcast. So but you helped me realize that I have demons and issues and things.
You know what? For me, it isn't. I didn't know what to expect or where we would go, and my intention's never to get anybody to misstep in any way, shape, or form. It's just to have a conversation. And maybe, like I said right at the beginning, you'd said something about I don't have any things about mental health and all that, and that was like my ear pricked up to that.
Okay.
It straight away it pricked up to that, because we all have life experiences which impact us in ways,
I mean, one of the ways you guys will acknowledge it.
Nathan, thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you.
Thank you for taking us on your journey.
I hope it was okay. I said it
was more than okay, It was more than okay. And I hope that you have felt safe in the space to be able to share with us today.
No, I have.
That's important to me.
If anything, it's kind of made me see, you know what, maybe I should have gone to therapy, or maybe I could still go to therapy and just like break all this stuff down.
Why not? What's the worst they can do? The most important person in your life is you.
I should have got that. I'm so angry I didn't get that. Oh man, that's gonna bug me for ages now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Hurt Locker. Please give us a rating or share with another listener. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Hurt Locker Pod.